This actually reminds me of Sword Art Online, Alicization, the main villain. Vecta, his hair, very similar, and even the face and everything, very similar. So that's pretty cool. You should. Alright, what a great episode of Summertime Rendering. I don't think I'm going to have to dive into the details too much because this episode was a little bit more straightforward, but we did get another couple of reveals. So another episode of Summertime Rendering goes by, and this one we get child abuse. Yeah, this happened. So, I mean, it's not really that I was right. A lot of people were right. Shide is the actual villain, the final boss of this show. It was pretty evident that they were going to shift away from Haine/Hiruko being the villain. It just seemed like she was a more complex character and that she was redeemable. And whenever there's a redeemable villain, if an anime does it properly, it can lead towards a better story. Now, it works in this case, and it doesn't feel like a cop-out because there is a more sinister villain behind the scenes, and that is our boy Shide. So basically, he's been using Hiruko, and the only reason why he's keeping Hiruko alive is because he needs her to stay alive to use his armor. She's begging him to give her a chance, but no, instead gives her a devastating blow right across. Now this right here really reminded me of the Upside Down from Stranger Things. And when we get into the actual world itself, you know, that point is just proven even further. So Shide basically is like, all right, now, you know, for the final decisive battle, I'm gonna have you guys fight me on my own turf, and that's exactly what happens. This is a world where they apparently can't come back from. We later learn that there might be a possibility for them to return, though. There's a strand of hair that Ushio leaves behind right after they give So the responsibility of, you know, taking care of this world, and as we'll get into later, So will probably have a very important role. Shinpei also has his confession of the series, and the timing of it couldn't be any worse. I mean, well, I guess it couldn't be any better considering they're going into a battle where they don't know who's going to come back and who isn't. So this just gives Ushio a reason to try harder so that they can, you know, have a talk afterwards. So they reach this world, and it's very serene in a sense. I love the contrast of the red and the blue camo-ish type colors. Like I said during the episode, it reminded me of some gun camos from Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. This is a place where time doesn't factor into anything. Time is still, so this means that 1, Ryunosuke is not 2 seconds ahead anymore, and 2, Shinpei can't loop in here. So if he dies, he's dead. Shinpei's also feeling the after effects of using Ryunosuke's power, and this show just stays giving Hizuru more points, even in the afterlife. The amount of stress that she had to undergo and deal with while fighting pretty much on behalf of everyone else, well, at least when Ushio wasn't there. Now they find Ushio, and we actually come to find out that Ushio contains Haine, not Hiruko. The two personalities were split. One is inside of Ushio now. Now, they don't know whether to kill her or not, but thankfully, they did not. So it seems like Haine is on her side now, and she's going to be pretty important in taking down Shide ultimately, and she was this episode, although, as you'll see, it was pretty confusing how she was able to stop time. She also reveals that Shide pretty much just wants to destroy the world. The manga analogy was pretty cute, not gonna lie, but basically what they want to do, or what he wants to do, is control space and time and destroy the world. Now this place is called Tokyo, by the way, obviously an analogy to Tokyo. The world's gonna cease to exist, and we get this flash, everything turns black and white, and we see these bombers come into existence. Now this is said to be a memory of Hiruko, and this is obviously a reference to the bombing campaigns that occurred during World War II. This one specifically over Tokyo, which makes sense obviously because the name of this world is Tokoyo. Operation Meeting House, which I believe was one of the most devastating bombing campaigns during the war. So I like that little reference there. And then we see who else other than our main villain here with his patented main villain hair. This actually reminds me of Sword Art Online Alicization, the main villain. Vecta, his hair, very similar, and even the face and everything, very similar. So that's pretty cool. Look at just Hiruko just chilling here, bro. Oh man, she's so down bad. But the art style is just really, it's just so beautiful. How they go from the vibrant colors of this world to just fading it into black and white while still being illuminated by the fire and Ushio's hair. It's pretty much the only two things that are giving this scenery, you know, some sort of color. So hats off to the animators and the artwork for this. I would love to see what the manga looked like, and I probably will look at it later. So there's something going on between these two right here, Rinosuke and Haine. I'm not sure what it is, but there might be something more there. Makes sense, right? They're inhabiting the bodies of two lovers, so why not? Then we get into the beginning of one of the most badass sequences I've seen in this show. Ushio just, you know, obviously with the help of Haine stopping time, just running and jumping from missile to missile, getting closer to Shide. It's revealed that she can't die in this world, so the one weakness Ushio had of immortality, or rather being mortal and being able to be killed, is gone. But we come to find out it's probably going to be a stalemate, considering Shide's body is not actually here. So they're going to have to find a way to erase his body, or take care of his actual physical body back in the human world. But she was able to erase the memories of this World War II bombing with the brief moment of contact between her and Hiruko. She was able also to recover using some sort of fragment of her original, which I feel like based on the artwork after, she might have reverted back to her child form, so I'm not too sure about that. But yeah, that's the episode of Summertime Rendering. Next episode is going to be called Summertime Re-Rendering, so we are getting a title drop in one of the episode titles. Second to last episode coming up. This anime is going to be over in 2 weeks, along with the other anime of this season, so it's been a fun ride. And this is probably just part 1 of the final battle that is probably going to be wrapped up next episode, or even into episode 25. This anime has been everything and more, exceeded my expectations by tenfold, and I can't wait to talk about it after it's done and see its conclusion to the end. Just wish it wasn't in Disney Plus jail, but for those that have watched it, you guys know the quality. That's going to do it for this one though. If you guys enjoyed the video, be sure to leave me a like, hit that sub button, and I will catch you guys next time. Peace.